I'm Larry Marble. It's time for a big old heaping helping of ag information. You're listening to our program courtesy of the good folks at D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at futures moves from yesterday. A slow afternoon left corn prices 5 1/4 to 10 cents in the black at the close. September corn retook the premium to December contracts on their double-digit move, closing within 2 3/4 cent the inverse. Front-month wheat futures were lower again yesterday. Chicago wheat futures 2 1/2 to 4 cents weaker at the close. Casey hard red winter was down 1 3/4 to 3 at day's end. Going home Thursday, soybean futures were 1 1/2 to 3 3/4 in the black. Meal futures were $3.60 to $4 per ton, higher at the close also. October hogs ended the session with a limit loss of $3. After a recovery in corn prices, cattle futures closed the session with a loss of 87 to $1.47. Feeder cattle futures also pulled back by triple digits, ending the session $1.55 to $1.72 lower. After trading firm at midday, afternoon adjustments left the cotton futures complex 32 to 45 higher. December contracts got to within 10 points of their life of contract high, but they ended the day with a 37-point gain at 90.68. Neighbor, there's your futures move. We're on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange Uvalde. Klein, had cattle sale over there today.
We had a nice sale today, Larry. We ended up with 376, kind of like we expected. It pretty much rained all morning around here from about 5:30 till about 1 o'clock. So a couple inches of rain, and sure was a good market. The number one choice steers were $1.35 to $1.65. Lightweights were $1.65 to $1.90. Number one choice heifers, $1.05 to $1.35. Lightweights, $1.45 to $1.75. Crossbred steers, $1.30 to $1.60. Lightweights were $1.55 to $1.85. Crossbred heifers were $1 to $1.20. Lightweights were $1.30 to $1.60. Stocker cows, $70.95. Good Packer bulls, $85 to $92. Breaker cows were $67 to $77. The cutters and canners were $56 to $64. The Shelly cows were $38 to $48. Cow calf pairs, $11 to $1,200. A couple planers, $750 to $850. And the red cows, $700 to $11. So overall, it was a really steady market. With last week, them little light calves are still bringing a lot of money, and these calves are getting a lot more condition on them as we go, and they're going to kind of continue that way it looks. But looks like we'll have some shorter runs for a little while here till we cools off a little bit to go back to getting them out of the pasture.
Well, we'll touch base with you early next week for sheep and goats and cattle. In the meantime, if folks want to holler at you, how do they do so?
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621, or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
We appreciate it, Klein. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Neighbor, let's look at meat moves from yesterday. We'll begin with the hogs. National pork carcass cutout value, $123.12 up 13 cents, is a $10 per hundredweight increase in the butt, offsets a $10 per hundredweight drop in the hams. USDA estimates federal slaughter 1.817 million head through Thursday. That trails last week's pace of 1.876 million head. As we look at the beef, U.S. exports reported for the week, 14,669 metric tons. Neighbor, that was a 3-week low and 49.3% below the same week last year. Japan, the top buyer, followed by China and South Korea. Box beef continued higher. Choice, 324 higher at 292.58. The select, 262 higher at 273.77. Federal slaughter through Thursday, 480,000 head. That's 3,000 up from last week's pace. Neighbor, there's your meat moves. We're on the line with Leroy Kruger. Leroy, I understand you got to see your grandchildren up there at South Plains.
Yeah, we stopped by and hauled a load of stuff up there and then stopped and visit Josh and the grandkids and had a good little visit with them. Jacked around with them a little bit, checked things out. So we made our little New Mexico excursion, and feels good to be back home and then get 4.5 inches of rain this morning. We got 8/10 yesterday and 4.5 at my house.
Well, that's great.
This morning. So
that's great. I guess the bulls are liking the rain.
Yeah, they kind of bellied up in that water. They don't have to go, but they don't have to get in the tank to get in the water now.
Right. Get away from the fly that way. What do you have to offer people?
Oh, we got a nice selection of them Angus bulls, 2-year-olds, few 3-year-olds, and got a Hereford or two and a few Charolais, and it's about maybe the Black Simmentals. They're probably 18 months old right now, and a really nice set of young Black Semi-Angus bulls there. We're contemplating a trip to Nebraska, sometime there in August, 1st September. Try to find a few fresh ones. It might be a little tough to find. A lot of people sold a lot of bulls up there this year because, so many people lost bulls during that bad ice storm and stuff. And But we will scour the countryside and see if we can drum up some fresh cattle to bring down here.
Well, good. Tell everybody how to contact you.
They can get a hold of me at the mobile phone at 830-570-0660.
All right. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
Howdy, Ranch Rodeo Cowboys. The Family Ranch Rodeo Fest on October 2nd in Comfort is looking for 10 really top teams to compete for added prize money, buckles, and more. The event will also feature Corey Morrow with Jason Roberts Band opening. And they'll have a barbecue cook-off, mutton busting, goat roping, and auction refreshments and more. The Ranch Rodeo supports a really good cause, the Youth Ag and Equestrian Center, home to 4-H, FFA, and junior livestock youth in Kendall County. If you think your team is tough enough, get in touch with the Family Ranch Rodeo Fest folks through their website, ranchrodeo.org, or call 210-863-3222. That's 210-863-3222. Is your team tough enough? You'll never know unless you enter. Call 210-863-3222. Family Ranch Rodeo Fest, October the 2nd, Comfort, Texas. We're on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Jody, how did the Thursday sale turn out?
Had a good sale. Lighter numbers than the week before. 915 head was the total, but continued good demand across the board at today's sale. Calling these calves and yearlings about steady. Continued strong demand for them better quality calves and yearlings. Slaughter cows and bulls firm to $2 higher. Best demand for those heavyweight and high-yielding slaughter cows and bulls. Once again, limited numbers of replacement cows and a handful of cow-calf pairs sold about steady. Your better quality steers, 400 to 600 pounds today, traded from 130 up to a high of around 180, mostly 140 to 165. 600 to 800 pound steers from 120 up to a high of 160, mostly 130 to 150. Better quality heifer calves, 400 to 600 pounds from 120 up to a high of 160, mostly 130 to 150. Slaughter cows, average to high yielding from 56 to 72. Several of the highest yielding slaughter cows from 73 all the way up to a high of 83. Slaughter bulls, average to high yielding from 75 to 93. Had some of the highest yielding slaughter bulls from 94 to a high of 104. Not enough bred cows and 2-year-olds on offer. Cow-calf pairs had some average to better quality. Some small groups of pairs anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300 a pair.
What do you anticipate next week?
Well, I look for more sheep and goats. You know, with this week was 4,800, and I think we'll get back to 6,000 or more head, and know of some calves coming next week. So we should bounce back somewhere in that 1,000, 1,100 head of cattle, weather permitting, next Thursday.
Jody Fry, Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. They sell them every Thursday. Tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. Call any of us there at the office, 325-653-3371. My mobile phone would be 234-7895.
We'll see you down the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
I'm on the line with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10. Again, that's DD Texas Outfitters. Stephen, you've got a piece of equipment that's very important to hog producers you want to talk to us about today.
Yes, sir. So we are having a fire sale, Larry, on all of our 58SX hog scales from WW Paul.
What's the fire sale price?
$1,750.
Everybody, if you've got hogs, particularly you show hog boys, you need to get in there. These will make it work for you. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Larry, you guys can reach me at 830-379-7340, extension 161.
That's Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch, DD Texas Outfitters. We are on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. It's about 6:30 on Thursday. We're looking for a Friday sale. How are they coming in, Rodney?
Oh, they're coming in today. We've got some really good calves up there to sell tomorrow. Lots of big bunches, not very many small bunches. We're tagging on 375 with about 95 cows, I believe, up there.
Good. The quality of the cattle good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a good string of Charolais and black steers and heifers. There's probably 50 of them. Got another set of black and black Molly face calves come off of heifers. They're on the light side. And then I got another set of good Charolais calves up there that come from a guy. There's 75 of them. So we got some big bunches, like I said, big bunches of cattle, and there's some good cattle. 95 Packer cows, handful of palpates, no pairs, sir.
Tell everybody how to contact you for the Friday sale.
Yeah, if I can help you market your cattle, call me at 361-358-1727, or y'all can call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
Rodney Butler, we appreciate you. Thank you.
We thank you.
Neighbor, let's talk about PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, San Antonio, High, Hondo, Kerrville, Robstown, Jourdanton, and Laredo. Contact the Hondo store at 830-741-2000. Remember, that's PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, pipemovers.com. We are on the line with Carl Herman from Caldwell Livestock Commission Company. Carl, how did our Wednesday sale turn out?
You know, we really had a good sale yesterday, Larry. Had right at 900 on a higher calf market and cow market for 132 consigners and 45 buyers. We had over 100 cows and bulls yesterday. Slaughter cows 40 to 85, slaughter bulls 65 to 96, stocker cows 720 to 1250, and the pairs 1075 to 1500. On the calf side, on the steers, 2 to 3 weight steers 207 to 220, 3 to 4 weights 179 to 220, 4 to 5 weight steers 160 to 202, 5 to 6 weight steers 150 to 167. The 6 to 7 weights brought 141 to 161, and the 7 to 8 weights 137 to 150. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weight heifers 150 to 165, 3 to 4 weights 157 to 177, 4 to 5 weight heifers brought 146 to 197, 5 to 6 weights 145 to 170, 6 to 7 weights 138 to 165, and the 7 to 8 weights 127 to 151. Overall, calf market's really good. Excuse me, had a lot of good calves yesterday, and the Packer cow market continues to be strong.
We look forward to next week. If anybody wants to talk to you about a consignment or something they need to purchase, tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yes, sir. My number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. Or if you're in the Giddings and surrounding area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil field pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, in 16 and 24 inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10 foot wide to 30 foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We are on the line with Josh Tilkey, Garden City Auction Company. Josh, how'd the sale go last week?
Real well, Larry. We're still got green grass belly high. We had 502 calves, and the market couldn't be stronger on them right now. The demand is very high.
Let's walk the pins.
Good steers, 2 to 3 weight, 165 to 205, 3 to 4, 175 to 218, 4 to 5 weight men, buck 60 to 190, 5 to 6, average 150 to 180, 6 to 7s, 145 to 160, 7 pluses, 130 to 152. Heifer mates, 2 to 3, 145 to 175, 3 to 4s, 145 to 170, 4 to 5s, 146 to 172, 5 to 6 weight heifers, 135 to 160, 6 to 7s, buck 30 to 140. Older bull yearlings, $1.28 to 140. Old heifer yearlings, $110 to 120. Bred cows, $850 to 1100. Some of the older pairs, $11 to $12.50. #1 yield in Packer cows really surprised us, 68 to 85 cents. #2 yield, 52 to 62. Packer bulls, 92 to 98 on the best man. We had 146 sheep and goats. That market's struggling just a little bit, but there is a push for stocker nannies and Dorper ewes as well.
What do you got under the barn for this week?
Handful of yearlings so far. We did have one little cow sell out. There's some Beefmaster cows we're going to palpate and pair up. We have around 85 head of yearlings come in today. We did get 3.5 inches of rain last night. It was kind of out of nowhere, but we expect a modest run of 300 to 400 come Saturday morning.
Josh, tell everybody how to contact you.
They call us here at the auction if you can use any of our services, 830-780-3382, or on the cell phone, 830-623-2855.
And the motto down there?
Long live Cowboys, Larry.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. #2 or better, Milo through Corpus Christi in August, D's plus 85, 1139. Houston, D's plus 150, 1255, and Progresso, 1030. Yellow corn through Corpus, August, September delivery, September plus 50, 605 and 3/4. Houston, September plus 45, $6 and 3/4. Progresso, 1180 by the hundredweight. Hard red winter wheat through Houston in August, September plus $1, 791 and a half. Beans through Houston, August, September delivery, November less 40, 1288 and 1/4. Neighbor, let's see if we can find you a cotton report right quick. Looks to me like the USDA reports no bales of cotton sold yesterday. prices went from $86.42 to $89.17. Down on the farm's gone from beginning to end, and neighbor, guess which end this is? I'm Larry Marble. We appreciate you listening. Good day to you.